Welcome to Go For Side Effects. I'm your host, Kevin Simon. You all know my lovely co-host, John. How are you doing?
Doing good. Hello, everyone.
John,
Here we go.
I just want to know. So on the top of your head, if you were to put two little circles where your glasses is, you could almost have like, a double. You could see everywhere. Damn.
Oh, bite me. I got bifocals, dude. And in this, where I got my camera is just not the right place.
And I want to welcome an Air Force veteran. You know how the Air Force always got treated well. And Linda Yates, how are you doing?
Good. How are y'all doing?
I'm doing good. And I see on your site it says Linda with SIT, not Happens Dog Trainer LLC.
It happens. Yeah.
SIT happens. I like that. I cannot get in trouble for saying SIT.
That's right.
I didn't say another word.
No.
Everything. But how are you doing?
Good. Glad to be here.
So I know you're in Air Force. I know you got treated very well compared to, John, who was in the desert, didn't have anything. But
I was with the engineers. I can't complain, dude. I did okay. I was comfortable most of the time.
But go ahead and talk a little bit. Just tell us when you went in and what your job was. And then, that Desert Storm stuff.
So, I went in 1989 into the Air Force itself, stationed down at Luke, down in Phoenix. And then a year later, right away in August of 90, we were shipped over right away. First in, transportation. So I was a truck driver, bus driver, mainly bus, some truck. I sent you some photos of that.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. I forgot about some of those photos. Haven't looked at that album in a long time. Got shipped over right away, and then we were one of the last ones to leave too. So I was there until March or April of 91. So August 90 to about April of 91. Okay,
so while you were over there, since you were in transportation, what did you drive? Like a bus? Did you drive a?
So they had some commercial buses over there because we were outside. We were in the UAE, so we were outside of Abu Dhabi was the city, but there was a base next to the city, well outside the city, but then our tent city was even farther out. So we're out like the base was there, but our tent city was even farther out. So we just made our own roads. I don't know what civil engineering did, but I was looking at some of my photos and you can see where the sand was just packed down so hard. It looked like it was a road, but it was just from us driving. We just made our own roads.
Look at the Air Force, John. I mean, damn.
There's a whole lot of nothing in the desert, dude.
We were out in the middle of nowhere, and that sand would just get so hot and packed down, it turned into rock. It was just.
I mean, so would you load would you take Army guys places, or would you take, Marines?
No, she just moved groceries, dude. She just moved groceries.
No, absolutely. Well, I got some stories about food. Holy moly. I swear we were like the test subjects over there. I remember anyway, backtracking on the flight over. We had a stop in Germany. We had one stop in Germany, and then they didn't tell us where we were going until we landed. That was a scary.
That's where you loaded up on beer, right?
Oh no, yeah, right. We did get beer though later.
What?
We didn't get beer right away. We did. We got
the front door.
We got 2 cans. No, this was not until like December.
Wait, two
what
cans
kind of
of what?
Is that? Wait, you guys got ration beer?
Two
we
cans of what?
ration beer that we would save up. I forgot about that. It was Foster's.
No,
wow.
Foster's. That's nasty.
Beer.
The big cans. Yeah.
Well, hold on. Wait.
What do you mean that's nasty?
Hold on.
Beggars can't be choosers. You're in the middle of freaking nowhere, dude.
Let's talk about that. You said you got 2 cans a day?
Yeah, we got rationed 2 cans a day.
What the food? I went in there, man. Oh yeah, Desert Storm was rough for them. They had 2 beers a day.
So no, okay. So we're flying over there, right? We don't know where we're going. So we're in, I don't know what kind of flight that we had there. It must have been commercial getting over there. I don't remember. But maybe when we hit Germany, we had, no, I don't remember what, but at one point they were telling us to go through our mask and,
Yeah.
oh, we had our masks. No, we had our stuff. This was after we were there for 2 months and they said we had to turn our masks in because they were training masks.
What?
So
Oh,
we
what?
were there.
perfect.
Yeah. So we were there from like
Perfect.
August, September, October, and in October they were like, oh, we need to turn our mask in because they were training masks. I'm like, oh, so this whole time.
Perfect. Yeah.
So-
And this is the Air Force, for God's sakes. What on earth?
Well,
So,
and you
yeah.
said before you went over there you had to get shot. So we're going to talk about
Yeah.
this. I want everybody. Y'all got to hear this because I don't remember this, but we're going to talk about this. So let's
The
talk
ass
about.
limping shot.
Dang right. Let's talk about that shot you got in the ass. And even John says he remembers it. What type of a
Yeah.
shot was it?
I don't remember the name. Now, 20 years ago I might have remembered, but
Globin or some bullshit. I don't know.
yeah,
Begin with a
that
G.
sounds. Yeah, that
And all
sounds
it
So-
felt like grape jelly going in your ass, and it hurt like bloody hell. I know that.
Oh my gosh, man. I got so
And
many
everybody's
ass
walking
jokes.
around rubbing their ass afterwards.
Oh,
Basically,
I
You're
have
like,
so many ass jokes. You know that? I mean, but I don't remember ever getting that shot. And
You
I
wouldn't
mean,
forget though. There's no way you would have forgot.
I
I don't
Come
think
on,
you
you're
would have
a-
forgot.
I don't really. Then I must have not. I must have been lucky and not got the ass shot. That's what we're gonna call that.
you know, being a Navy guy, there's so many different ways I go with this, but I'm not gonna.
Oh, that's bad. Okay, so but besides that, you also got the anthrax shot because see, this is where we're also talking about where you were stationed, and you were like almost everybody has the same symptoms. You
Yes.
know,
Yeah.
coming out with you know, fibromyalgia, you know, the joint pains, the chronic fatigue, the back problems, and all that. I can honestly say I'm not going to say we weren't. I believe all of us were experienced some type of haze out there. I mean, was it ever hazy while you were out there?
Me?
Yeah.
And that's the stuff I'm trying to remember. I think it
Not the
was
stuff you were smoking. I mean, really hazy.
Not that kind of hazy.
well, I was trying to because I remember that, but I don't remember ever hearing anything about
How about chemical alarms?
or the burning until like 10 years ago.
How about chemical alarms? Did your chemical alarms ever go off?
Yes,
Ain't that
we
amazing?
had, okay, so this is now again, this is just rumors, right? So things we hear. We had an Italian base that some Italian pilots that were stationed there with us. And one of our pilots, two of our planes or one of our planes went down. And one or two of them got captured. And right after they got captured, they were trying to send some of their chemical stuff over to us, but because of where we're located, I don't think it made it. But we had the Scud missiles, so now I know my half of my squadron was up in Riyadh, and they were living in dorms, nice buildings, but they were wearing that mask stuff all the time. I don't ever remember putting on my mask and my gear.
So
ever.
so now you told us that they took the masks that you said were training masks. They didn't replace them with actual masks.
Yeah, no, we did, but yeah, for 2 months we didn't know that we had training masks. Yeah,
Right.
we weren't even geared
I
up,
didn't even know such a thing
And that wasn't-
existed, a training mask.
and that wasn't even.
They gave
They
them
knew.
to the army.
Yeah, well, that
That's what you
explains
guys
a
call
lot.
normal. That's just your mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. That's true.
But they
I mean-
weren't. I don't think they had filters, the right filters, or something. There was something off with them,
well-
but they knew. They knew, and then 2
See,
months
with
later,
us-
oh, by the way,
Our masks that we have with us all the time, we know, see, I never got replacement filters, and that was one of the big things. They didn't offer, and of course, you probably remember the replacing the filters back then, and those masks were a complete pain in the ass. They were difficult at best. It'd take you a half an hour to replace the stupid filters. By that time, you're dead. White
But
shit foaming out of the side of your mouth.
okay, John.
Yeah, right.
But because with transportation and everything, because I want to look at all aspects of transportation. The Army, they got their transportation. Most of their stuff got flown over there or shipped, and then y'all got around in Humvees, tanks, all that stuff. Air Force had nice
We
big.
didn't have that fun stuff.
Air Force had them nice big, Air Force One jet like things that came over. They catered 2 beers a day. And, they probably had one of them, tour buses to travel around in.
We did have
They probably did.
We did have actually, there's some buses that they had rented because all the vehicles over there were Mercedes.
I know, yeah.
Because that's
what they
where
drove.
it came from. We didn't have, if you saw an American car, like in the city, that was rare. You just didn't see them. But yeah, everything was all our work vehicles, little trucks that we had, little flatbed trucks. I just remember those. Our vehicles, of course, as you saw the photo that I sent you, they were probably brought over, but some of the stuff that we rented over there or used temporarily, bought, I don't know. But the buses that I was driving people around to get from Tent City to the base and around there's things called Tab Vs, and I don't know if you guys know what those are.
What's a Tab V?
A tab, TAB,
Oh, okay.
and then a dash V.
Okay.
And that's where they stored the jets. So
that's pretty cool.
Some of the photos that I sent you, you could see they were just cement buildings out in the middle of nowhere. So
how far was it a commute, Linda, from taking from people from point A to point B? How much of a commute?
Probably a good 45 minutes, I'm thinking, because we had a regular route we drove through, because we would drive 10 cities out in the middle of nowhere, and then the Tab Vs were closed, and then the base was like, that one photo that I sent you was a gym. It's a real fancy building. It was a fancy gym on their base there. The base.
Oh, must be nice.
So we had to drive. So part of the transportation job was to get everyone to where they needed to go, to bring them home, all the different shifts and whatever. So we did have some nice buses.
So let me tell you how the Navy transfers. Okay, we got several different ways we do this. First one is we go by ship. We bring you to a port, drop your ass off, good luck, see you later. Other way is they'll fly you off in a helicopter. Or you'll get on a cargo plane, and that's the worst thing to fly on in the world. That's just held duct tape and vice grips. Holy moly. I don't know, them airframers, I don't know how they did that crap, man.
Not that bad. They're noisy, but they ain't that bad.
No, man, I'm serious, John. They will tell us a lot of them parts are held on with duct tape and vice grips. They vice grip and they duct tape around it.
They're just scaring you because they know you're Navy.
No, it's Navy, man. Duct tape was everywhere. Anybody in chat,
Okay.
Jason would tell you, duct tape's everywhere.
Okay.
But how we transferred people that I thought was really cool is our ships would go side by side, moving at the same speed. We send shot lines and all that over, and they bring all the hotline, and we do what's called personal transfer. We put them on our ship on this orange little basket. We raise them up, and we send their shit by highline next to the ship over there and everything. That was fun. And
so you hop on that if you wanted to go over the other side. You could physically
yeah,
get on that yourself.
yeah, oh yeah. No, I wouldn't do it. I ain't stupid.
You go over to the other ship to get your 2 beers?
No, we didn't get beer. Don't give me that. But no, it was cool because, we're like I transferred an admiral.
Hell, I'm jealous. I ain't having damn beer.
But right, 2 beers a day. Oh man, we're going to talk about that later. I'll tell you what.
Got to save that up. We we're allowed to save it up too.
Yeah, but I can tell you what, I made up for it on every port I hit going back home.
Yeah.
I promise you,
See-
I drank them places as dry as I could.
Yeah,
So
I see.
I remember what did they call it? I think you guys were talking about it last time. There was some Navy ship that would come to port in Dubai.
The R&R.
It's a freaking R&R ship. You
It's
go
an
there to
R&R.
party.
Now, not all of us got that. I heard of a few of us that got on there, and it was nice. So I don't know what Navy ship that was, but that was some
I want to know what the hell they did on a ship for
like
R&R.
hotels or something on there, or something crazy. I don't know.
See,
Conference of home.
Wait, John.
I,
Let's say this. If anybody out there has ever been on the R&R ship, you need to come on this program because that's the whole 30 minutes we're going to talk about. Because I want to know what the hell was on that ship.
I heard about 'em.
I heard
never seen
females
'em.
on there. I heard about females being on there.
I was
I'm
just going to say,
saying.
how many women
I
were on
wasn't.
board this
No.
ship?
I must not. I know what females you're talking about.
Right.
I wasn't. I'm a female, and I wasn't on there. But I guess
but
I
you
got
did
my
hear about that,
PDUs
right?
on, so I didn't count.
But you did hear
Didn't
about that,
count.
right? That there were women on there, and I was like, no.
Were there men on
Imagine
there too?
that.
I don't know what that. I'm sure. I would have loved to have gone there. I need some R&R, Captain.
Hell, I would have loved to have gone there. You're an engineer unit. How many? I mean, the Air Force. All the women are either in the Navy or the Air Force. There's damn few women in the Marines or the Army. And I'm just saying. When I say damn few, 'cause I suppose if you're in a medical unit, there's a lot of them. But in an engineering unit, y'all women are far and few between.
Most of the women. I mean, just saying, most of the women I've met in the Navy could whoop my ass. And
They're definitely strong women.
there are some that could whoop my ass. I'm telling you, I met one for sure that could probably whoop my ass. And I'm just saying.
So and Linda, so you said you drove a bus. Now we were on a bus when we transported from wherever the hell we flew into.
It was probably her.
To where? No, it was a local national. In this damn bus, you probably had heating and air conditioning on your bus, right, Linda?
Why do they need heat?
Are you freaking kidding me?
It does get
Why
cold.
do we
It does
need
get
heat?
cold at night. That's right. It does get cold at night.
It snowed, dude.
Oh, I mean,
It snowed and there was ice ponds.
It was not it wasn't one of our Air Force buses, which we didn't have
Really?
air on. So back home we didn't have air on our buses. We're down in
But you
Arizona.
have heat? Did you have heat?
There was heat on the buses, of course.
See, we froze our asses off
That
getting
came from the
transported.
engine, so that's easy. So
Oh.
Okay, so
we
you're
didn't
over
have no
there
heat.
driving a bus. How was y'all's food? What I want to know the Air Force side. How was your food besides
So
the 2 beer a day?
we were that wasn't until later. That was not till later. And the only reason we had beer is because the United Arab Emirates did not have a no beer policy. You go up to Saudi Arabia, to Riyadh, they couldn't have beer. So
Yeah.
UAE is more European feel to it, and more, the government was a little bit different. The food. So we ate MREs for a while before we got a tent where they got some cooks in there. So we were eating MREs for a while. I don't know how long.
2 days.
But when we started getting hot food after, I don't know if it was a month, 2 months, the guys that I went over with would probably have more of a memory, remembering that details more. But the first food the hot food we were getting was breakfast food. Of course, it's probably the easiest, and that was the best. I don't know if it was so good because we hadn't had it for so long. But I just remember it being the eggs. Oh, it was so good. It was probably powdered eggs. I don't care. It was so good.
It's still good. Yeah, right.
Biscuits and gravy, I remember.
Oh
love
my
that.
gosh, biscuits and gravy.
But that was the first meals, and then they started extending. I think we still had MREs for lunch. We didn't have, and so then eventually it got to 2 hot meals a day after a couple months being there.
Oh, that's good. I had 3 hot meals a day. I can at least say that: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. and had a galley. Oh, it was awesome.
So it
Why you
got
be like
better.
that?
I
Why
mean,
you gotta
got
why you gotta
better,
rub
but-
that in our face, man?
I'm
Of course,
just. That's why I went to the
Guys,
Navy.
of course, you got three hot meals a day. Now, I was on MREs, but I have to admit that my recollection, it was very intermittent. We had a great portable chow hall, and we more times than not always had hot chow.
Well,
Mostly.
oh, okay. So, but the showers.
But it wasn't like yours where you went in and probably had a white, white tablecloths and
Oh, it was
glasses
like a
and-
galley. Don't be all that jealous. It
The
wasn't
R&R.
great, It was like the R&R ship. No, but
So no, I bet all the Navy ships are probably R&R ships.
Oh,
Hey.
yeah.
Okay, but I want to say this. Look at all them
Load it
missiles.
up, Jeff.
Look at all the missiles that just got sent over to Israel, and who knocked the most down? The United States Navy. I didn't see Air Force in that. I sure the hell didn't see Army in there. I'm just saying, we have to work to shoot that stuff down.
You got kudos to the Navy. No, the Navy's been kicking ass over there. The Air Force, I heard, shot down at least one drone. Okay, so the stuff we're hearing on the news stations, the things that they want us to know, it was mostly Navy.
Of course.
And a little Air Force. You're not going to hear anything about the
I didn't hear anything about the Air Force. I heard it was all Navy.
Oh, I don't. Was it? I thought it was an Air Force that shot down the drone.
There might have been one that looked up and said, Navy, can you please shoot this down? I'm just saying.
Wow, you're laying it on thick, man.
No, but I mean, if you really think about it, everybody played a certain role out there.
Yeah.
And so I learned something today. Are y'all ready for this? I did not know. No, I'm dead serious. I did not know back in the day, veterans were only called if you went to war.
What?
You were a veteran. If you're in the military and you went to war, you were considered a veteran back in the day. I learned this today. I was told this by a Korean War vet. And he said, if you didn't go to war, you were considered a serviceman or woman.
Oh, okay.
And they said, but somewhere during Vietnam, it all changed to everybody was a veteran. I was like, correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. But listen to this really old guy tell me this, and he jumped out of airplanes. I don't know why the hell he'd do that, But I'm just saying, it was really cool for him to talk about everything's changed, how the military is. And he's like, you Navy guys.
Did you jump out of your airplanes, Linda? Did you jump out of airplanes, Linda, at all?
I don't know. I'm trying to think because sometimes my memory,
all of our memory is like that.
Pop in. I'm like, that never happened. No, I was thinking about that the other day. No.
You're smart. You're smart.
And if I did, I blocked that out because
no way.
I'm good.
That's my girl right there, John.
Hey, I mean, you know what? Hey, I look at it this way. I had no desire. Those that desired to jump out they got more courage than I do. It's just not something that I ever wanted to do. I didn't have any desire to do it. I didn't want to be airborne or air assault, but that was my choice. I suppose if I would have been around a larger group of people that there was more airborne air assault,
I wouldn't want to be an Army or a Marine.
Wade, he loves that shit. Just not my cup of tea.
I just don't understand. I mean, now that's a form of transportation, jumping out of an airplane. Not transportation I want. I'd rather get on Linda's bus.
Yeah. Look up and better damn sure you got a parachute above it.
Yeah, But okay, so how you're talking about your memory, the brain fog, it's pretty bad, ain't it?
It is. And I'm 52. So, I was 19 when I went in. And and maybe it's just an age thing, but I think it's the fatigue. I'm just so tired all the time.
My brother's 3 years older than me, and he doesn't have brain fog. My sister-in-law doesn't have brain fog. I mean, my brain fog is like, I'll drive, I'll get to work going, shit, I don't remember driving.
Yeah. Or remembering something simple as like a color or something, or like, that
Yeah.
that thing out there, that fence, and it's not dementia. I don't think it's dementia. I hope not.
And
I hate it when you're talking to somebody and I'll just be talking and I draw a complete blank about what I was having a conversation about.
And I feel, and with my
lose
dog
it.
training, you know, I'm trying to be legitimate dog trainer, you know, so I'm out there talking to my clients, and all of a sudden, poof, the idea just gone. But I tell them, hey, I got brain fog, fibro, Gulf War, whatever, and I'm open with it, and not to make excuses, but to explain, hey, it's not because I don't know stuff, it's because sometimes it just goes poof and it's
hey,
gone.
when I
So
cut, go ahead, John.
no, I was a curiosity question. So Linda, you say you train dogs. So what kind of dogs you train? All kinds or specific
Yeah,
breeds? only?
I mainly so I train my own service dog for myself, PTSD, anxiety stuff, and some a little bit of mobility, but mostly for PTSD, anxiety. But what I do with my community is working with family dogs. So and my specialty is actually reactive dogs, dogs that are, you know, have a bite history, lunging, barking, out of control. Those are the families that I reach out to because they're the ones that need the most help. And
Huh.
Huh, maybe you could
So
train
you'd
John.
be. What'd you just say?
I said maybe you could train John.
Wow, what are you trying to
Nope.
imply there, buddy?
Dogs are easier. No thanks. Humans are nope.
But I mean, and
So,
then because I remember every time I see you point, you're trying to think, okay, well, I don't remember. And that's a bad feeling. I mean, I'll be in the middle of cutting hair, and then all of a sudden I'll go, well, shit, where did I end up at? You know, I do, and
okay,
I'll just start somewhere
I
else.
gotta ask.
Then they look
Being
like
as you
John.
haven't had a what?
I said, and then they end up looking like
Hey,
John.
why you gotta be like that? Yeah, man. Why you hammer on me
That's on
tonight? Yeah,
purpose. That's
all
all on
because I
purpose.
said you were short. Yeah, that's intentional, dude. So I'm curious, Linda. So what's some crazy shit that you witnessed while you were in the Air Force, specifically maybe in Desert Storm, if you remember? Tell us some stupid shit that you came across. Be like, really? Because you know the Air
Oh,
Force,
I have so many. So being a woman, so this will be a great, you know, like insight, right?
Oh, I'm in. Let's
So,
go.
so I'm gonna get right in there. Probably the one of the worst things. So we're in Tent City, right? So we're all sleeping in tents. Our showers are intense. Everything's are intense. The chow hall, everything was intense. The showers for the women, because I'm trying to think of how many tents we had. We had a pretty good sized tent city, and then I think there were 8 tents with eight tents had women in them. So there was like 8, and then maybe there were 8 women per tent. So that's all the women that were in our tent city, and we had a big tent city anyway. So we're in the first showers that we had they're in tents, these big brown tents, but there's nothing protecting us. There is nothing inside the showers for, you know, just open showers, right? We had peeping toms looking under the tents at us showering.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
that was awesome. Awesome.
can you imagine a guy doing that?
I don't know if there's just one guy, because there's one time I caught in my personal tent a guy looking, because I was on the end and looking in.
Did you
So
rush
I don't know
out
if it's the
to
same.
get him?
Maybe just one guy in everyone, but
Did you rush
like,
out there and grab him and say, "Come here, you sorry son of a"?
I chased him. Hell
Did
yeah, I
you
chased him. I couldn't find. Yeah,
Seriously, you chased him?
yeah. I was
in a towel?
Ah,
no. I was in my personal tent.
Oh, okay.
So I was like
like,
dressed and
oh,
whatever, but I saw someone peeking in, and I was like, oh hell no! And yeah,
ah.
hey man, I mean, guys are,
not very smart, but
hey, that happened on our ship. There, guys would drill holes into the women's,
On a ship?
on the ship. So they would drill a hole to peep in to look at the women.
Seriously, drill a hole in really?
Yeah,
Wow.
in metal.
Okay, I'm a little surprised
so
by that
that's where a lot of our PTSD and of course, you know, and I don't know if I can use that word on there, but the R word happened a lot, whether it was overseas,
Yeah,
stateside, wherever we were, because we were like a minority. There was a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of friendly R words going on. So, whatever you want to call friendly, whatever.
That's not friendly.
But eventually with the showers, got trailers. So
Oh, that's
like
Oh, you
cool.
guys had
on
trailers.
wheels or whatever. So they changed that up a little bit, but that was a couple, 2, 3 months or more of us being
Well,
in these tents and didn't even know. I mean, if you're not paying attention, and that's the thing. And that's one of the things that I remember now. One of the things that have stuck with me when I go out the door now, how many years has it been? 35 years, 34 years. When I go out the door now, I double check myself. Am I dressed?
Oh, okay. Sure.
Because we had to carry everything from our tent, private tent, to our shower tent, right? So making sure we have clothes and whatever. And I was always like making sure everything was on and whatever. I still do that. I still catch myself going out the door, double
I,
checking whether I have all my clothes,
I,
which is crazy. Like, why am I
I
going to go walk outside naked? But yeah, that's one of the things that stuck with me.
no,
I
I
mean,
understand that. One of the things I remember about the first shower, one of the first showers once we were deployed, one of the first things I remember is that I don't know if I got somebody trying to call me. Yeah, all still able to hear me?
yeah.
Okay, anyway, so the first thing I remember is I went to bathe up, I went to soap up and everything. Guess what? It was salt water. It don't work with salt water. We had to basically shave our arms and stuff in order to get it off because it was seawater. That's what So it wasn't fresh water; it was seawater
And that's
that
why I
hadn't been.
joined the United States Navy.
I'll never forget
Y'all
that.
got
Okay.
shot at. Y'all lived in goat trailers. Y'all bathed in freaking salt water.
We
I
did,
had
at least for a while, we did, yeah.
so that water. So we had an epidemic happen at our tent city once. So we got a treat. We got ice. Yay, we got ice. So we
Really? You guys got ice? Wow. Air
uh
Force again.
no, okay, so we got ice and we got those, those plastic containers had Kool-Aid and whatever, right? Oh, we got a treat. We got ice. It wasn't potable.
Oh
Oh,
no.
Bad. So
oh, that's not good.
everyone was in the medical tents I remember being so sick. They couldn't even get an IV in my arm. And
Ooh, that's not good. Ew.
that was bad. So that was our, yeah. Oh yay, we get ice, except it wasn't, yeah. Can't drink it. Not
Oh,
we're supposed to, it's supposed to make things cold, not
I,
be,
I
yeah.
I don't think I'll drink ice or have ice in any cup after that. I'm sorry. I really
Nope,
don't.
nope, warm
yeah.
Kool-Aid is good.
Yeah.
Did you guys have local nationals serving you food, or were your own military serving you food?
Nope, when Tent City, I don't remember ever seeing any of the local base being in there. But we did
See,
work. So when we went into the Tab Bs and because Tent City is where we slept and where we ate. Social, the churches, the church tent, religion, little mini library, that kind of thing, a tent with books in it. That was us.
wow, really?
Yeah.
Wow, look at you guys.
Now, now,
Yeah.
now, when you got back home, because you brought up about you walking outside, you're checking to get dressed and all that stuff. It is amazing because there's certain things. I mean, my kids will tell you I ran my house like the military, and but I guess that's because of the training and everything we did. And then when you get home, and then you lose your insurance, and you have to go to the VA. Yay. Um, you, you know, then it triggers it again. It
Mm.
brings back memory because it's a hurry up and wait, hurry up, wait, hurry up, wait, hurry up, wait. And so, like you were saying in the beginning, when you first went to the VA doctor, it was a horrible experience.
In 2018, yeah. So 2017, 18, I can't remember the year. But I had someone calling me saying, "Hey, you should come in and see one of our doctors." And the person was really nice, and I don't know if she was a social worker or what was going on. But they were trying to have me come in, and I'm like, "Well, I have a doctor with my private insurance. I was married at the time." So I'm like, I didn't need that. but they talked me into it, and it was just like this red carpet, right? Oh, come. And they set it all up. They made the appointments for me. And I'm like, oh, well, this is nice. So I get in, and then it's not even a VA doctor. He was a student, and
Yes.
he was rude. He was rude. I went in there for 3 specific things. He ignored me. I filed a complaint. It didn't go anywhere. But I specifically told patient advocacy, I said, this man should never work with women because the way he talked to me, and I'm not a victim, right? I don't play that victim mentality, but I will stand up for what is right. He should never work with veterans with PTSD, and women ever, unless he gets retrained. Because I said, this man made me so uncomfortable. I haven't felt that uncomfortable in 30 years.
That's
And
horrible.
and how I felt when I was in the military, it wasn't because I don't think it was intentional. I just think it was, it was 1989, it was 1990. In my mind,
Right.
I was like, women can do anything. I didn't have these. And now I see now, like, what was I thinking? Whether I was naive or I was just forging ahead, we're just going to do this. I don't think it was intentional. I just think it was the atmosphere that was geared toward men, because there's more men in the military. And Air Force, of course, had more women, but still there was more men. So, going back to the medical care for women, there's this quarterly phone call that I get from the VA. It's this input group, and they want women on there given input. And I attended one. This was like a year and a half ago, and one of the women was saying, and this was I don't know if it's a regional thing, it was all over the country, but one of the women in Illinois, one of the veterans in Illinois, said she went in for gynecology appointment and had, you have to get the cancer screening, and they get off her on the table and there's no stirrups. 2021, 2022, they still didn't have whatever VA she was or clinic she was going to, did not have equipment for a woman, for gynecology, for the pap smears that she has to
ain't
do.
that crazy?
That's really weird.
What is that?
Right.
And I don't remember any of that issues back when I was in, but that's right now. Now, why is this happening? That doesn't make sense to me.
I think one of the biggest things the VA needs to do, though, is get their medication crap right. I mean, I'm sorry. Our post office sucks right now. They can't find workers for this. And so, when you lose your medicine, that's what happened to me and all this. And when you write your doctor.
UPS is great. UPS is great. Now, when I call,
Right.
say,
UPS is great.
now because you guys, something goofed up and it's not going to be here and I need this now. They'll get it to me in 24 hours through UPS.
They won't do that to me. They're making me go in Monday. They're making me go downtown Monday to get my medicine so they can yell at me. Oh, you just wait. I'm going to try to record it and put that shit on the air. I'll probably have people knocking on my door after next week.
So Kevin's in Texas. I'm your next door neighbor, Linda. I'm in Iowa, and you're up in Wisconsin, correct?
Yes.
Hey.
Southern Wisconsin. Yep.
So just, we don't like talk. Well, we kind of know now, but VA. So humor me, because I don't think I've ever heard anything one way or another about the VA in the Wisconsin area. So as a whole, if you had to make what would you say in a nutshell about how things are where you're located?
I hear good things all the time. In fact, there's some people that I know that are in admin and higher up, and they hear what they put out. They say it's great. It's a great hospital. So maybe at some level it is. Maybe that's what I saw initially when they were calling me, and the red carpet treatment when I first came in, and maybe that's where the greatness is. But once you get into the care, whether it's not enough doctors, not enough experience, not enough time. Just today, I had this testing on. I've been having swallowing issues, and I don't know what it's coming from. It feels like I can't swallow. It feels like anaphylaxis, but there's nothing. Anyway, we're working through all these testing. I was there yesterday, and I had this testing done. They gave me a swallow test tubing thing. They hooked me up something that went through my nose and down into my stomach overnight. I go back in to get that taken out today, and she said, I don't know when the doctor's going to look at this. He's only in on Mondays. That's not the first time I've heard that. GI doctors are only in on Mondays.
Wow.
There's the gynecology doctor that I had was a retired UW doctor. He's fantastic, but he doesn't do surgeries anymore because then they have to send you out of the community. So I hear that a lot, and maybe that's just the GI part
And
that I've been
what major city are you close to?
Madison.
Oh, okay. I got a buddy that lives. He wasn't
So
Madison. So I'm like 5 hours from.
So are you
know?
south? Are you south or southwest or southeast?
Me, I
Yeah.
am south. I would say south. We're right in the middle.
Right in the middle. Okay.
So you go south of here and it's Janesville, Rockford, and then it's the Illinois line is an hour away.
Do y'all have a pub on
Yeah.
every street corner?
We have a what?
A pub?
A pub.
Oh, in Wisconsin,
Yeah.
you will drive out in the middle of nowhere and find a bar.
Oh, it's crazy. I've been there. Every damn corner I took, I was like, pub, pub.
Yes,
A pub.
Rumor is that Wisconsin has more bars per capita than any other state, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Do you know why?
It's a pretty state.
Do you know why? Because in the wintertime, y'all can't do shit. You can only walk down to the pub.
People will snowmobile. They will they'll take their
just
snowmobiles get on the trails and go to all the bars out in the middle of nowhere.
cheese.
You got a
Do
snowmobile,
you like
Linda?
cheese?
No, I haven't.
Cheese.
I haven't ridden a snowmobile since high school.
How about cheese?
Oh,
Do you like cheese?
Oh, I love cheese.
Wow.
Yeah, well, see,
Cheese
you're
is
definitely
awesome, man.
Wisconsin, man.
you don't
Definitely
have to
Wisconsin.
live in Wisconsin to
and
like
milk.
cheese.
No, but
There
that's
you
what
go.
they're known for is cheese.
Of course,
and
yeah,
pubs.
just like Iowa is mostly probably known for corn, except at the moment it's all about the Iowa women's basketball team. But I mean, so yeah.
Even though they
I mean,
lost the last game.
Yeah, but I tell you what,
They
that's
did
true.
good. But
Yeah,
we'll talk about this in after show because I got some funny remarks I want to make about that, by the way.
okay.
And everything. You're going to love it. But, overall, though, if you think about it from, like Texas has everything. But draw a straight line and we're all right by each other. If you just go straight up. Ain't that weird?
Yeah. And it
That's
is,
right.
we're all central.
And did anybody ever think that one day we would all be connecting like this over
Pretty
Zoom,
cool.
especially
No,
back in the day?
Yeah, it is kind of. Would you say you have a very large veteran community in your neck of the woods, Linda?
Maybe.
I think so. Like,
Do you?
I believe so. Like, there's a local restaurant here that just opened up. They were a food truck for a while, and they just opened up. And two veterans are over there running it. It's called Primal Q. It's
that's cool.
Okay.
Meat place. I have yet to get there.
Awesome.
I'm promoting them all the time.
That's cool. See, I think that's awesome.
I believe we do. And then I think I don't know if the VA has anything to do with it, far as maybe people, because if you got to drive 2-3 hours to get to your hospital appointments. I mean, I don't know, especially if you got stuff going on. Maybe there's more.
Well, if anybody's in South Wisconsin, they should look you up to get their dog training, especially if they bite. So I'll be sending John up there real soon.
So I don't think I told you guys this, but one of my goals, I'm trying to make goals for myself in the next 6 months. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. I want to start a nonprofit for service dogs, for veterans, free dogs. So,
that's badass.
free training, at the very least, free training. But my goal is, because there's at least a 5-year wait list for our veterans getting service dogs.
Really? Is it that long? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and we have an organization here. She trains the dogs for, it can take 18 months to 2.5 years to get a fully trained dog. But my goal is, because I train my own and she helped me train mine, is that I would like to get the dog into the hands of the veteran and then train the veteran how to train their dog. So,
That'd be awesome.
ability, far as, that stuff I'm not familiar with, but the stuff I am familiar with is PTSD, anxiety, mental health, certain cues for the dog to be able to calm, to remind us to live more in the moment, some spatial work, where they can walk in front of you and block you from the crowd. So those are the things that I can help train the veteran how to train the dog. So matching them up with the right dog and then showing them how to train. And then, because a lot of us veterans don't think we need the help. And that's one of the things I want to do in outreach as well, is convincing and doing some one-on-ones with veterans to show them what a dog can do for them.
And what's the name of your place again, Linda?
My for-profit business is called Sit Happens Dog Training. I'm
Sit.
in
It
some
happens.
SIT.
SIT.
But okay, so this is what we're gonna do. When you get that up and running and going, you're gonna come directly back on here, because there's a lot of guys that really would probably want that. And so if you do
Benefit greatly, yeah.
just call me. You got my number and say, hey, I'm gonna come back on the show. I got the nonprofit.
Yeah.
Let's start doing this.
And you know what's frustrating is that it costs at least, now I investigated, researched it a little bit, $1,500 to be able to start a nonprofit. To start your own business is minimal, but for a nonprofit, you have to pay to get it started. This entity, and it just sucks. Like, a nonprofit is supposed to be
for helping people, right? And number one, we shouldn't even have to help anybody. Our government should be helping us. They put us over there. They did it to us. They should be helping. We shouldn't have to have an outreach program, which I'm glad we are, because Americans are really great about that. But we're about to have to go into the after show. But before we go, Linda, thank you for coming on, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I enjoy the hell out of that. But before we go, I'm going to talk to everybody about Go For Side Effects has, at the end of the show, after show. And we had it on Spotify. So now we got into it. It's too hard to get onto there. So we moved it over to Patreon. And if you want to spell it, it's Patreon, okay, .com. And Patreon, it's easy. You just set it up, and you just go in there, type in Go For Side Effects, and it will bring it up. And we too are about to start to be in a nonprofit. We're working on it, now. And so if they go into the end of there, you can get all the after the shows. You can get we have the old episodes that are locked up. You can get all access to that. And it's only $1 a month. And I mean, that's dirt cheap, but we lock them up because of what happened to us about 1.5 years ago. And if they want to watch my stuff, they're going to pay for it. And they know who they are. They probably watch this first and everything. But, go to Patreon, just give it a try, because I know Spotify was way too hard. And you can even get the episodes in advance before they come out on Thursdays and everything. So you can catch all the early episodes and everything. But I want to thank Linda. I want to thank you for coming on. John, always a pleasure with my big buddy right there. And everything. And for everybody listening, I really appreciate y'all listening every week. And next week is going to be the big week, just to let everybody know. We will be talking about General Schwarzkopf and his testimony. On air, we have it. And so we will be going through it. It's going to be a 2-part series. And so I wouldn't miss it. It's going to be really good. I hope y'all will enjoy that. And so I want to thank everybody for listening tonight. We will see you next week.